do have skills that make me a nightmare for people like you.
Kia ora, good evening. A warning, our first story contains some confronting details. The United Nations has found New Zealand breached the Convention Against Torture by failing to properly investigate abuse at Lake Alice Hospital in the 1970s. A victim took the case to the UN because the psychiatrist accused of electrocuting patients as punishment has never faced charges. News Hub Nation's Mike Wesley-Smith has this exclusive report.
It's a decision Paul Zentveld's waited a lifetime for.
This is a victory for the little people and the survivors.
A United Nations judgment that authorities failed to properly investigate the treatment of children like Paul at Lake Alice Hospital in Manawatu. Paul says in 1974 he was diagnosed with a behavioural disorder by psychiatrist Selwyn Leeks, who he claims then tortured him.
They have you sitting in the chair or they have you laying on the bed. Nurse is holding you down, you've got no choice.
Repeated attempts to contact Leeks, who now lives in Australia, have been unsuccessful, but he's always denied wrongdoing.
Do you apologise for anything?
No, I don't think I do.
Paul and 194 former patients received a government apology and compensation in the 2000s. But police decided there was insufficient evidence to prosecute.
No matter what the government officials say, torture on the testicles is pretty serious.
The police decision has now been criticised by the United Nations Committee Against Torture. In its judgment, the committee expressed concern authorities made insufficient efforts to establish what happened to children at Lake Alice. Therefore, ruled New Zealand had violated its obligations to properly investigate Paul's claims of torture and had endorsed actions leading to impunity for Dr. Leeks. The government and police are still considering the findings, but detectives have already reopened their investigation into Paul's case. Meanwhile, the Royal Commission into State Abuse says it will use its extensive powers to examine the police and government response to Paul. And evidence is building as other former patients have come forward with similar allegations against Leeks.
He applied shock treatment to my genitals, left with permanent burn marks on the underside of my penis.
It sparked and I got a burn on the end of my penis.
The UN has urged a prompt investigation into all of Paul's allegations and prosecutions where appropriate.
Oh, it's just another victory of people telling the truth.
Mike Wesley-Smith, News Hub.